Hi, I'm David. Welcome back to our channel. Today I've been asked to look at the Coredy automatic cleaning robot vacuum cleaner. It's going to be very similar to the previous ones we've looked at, I'm quite sure. It's one that someone's asked me to do a review on, so here we have it. Let's get on with the unboxing, setup and quick review. We have a seal that we've got to cut along the top. I always recommend keeping the foam inserts so that you don't damage the top of the robot when you turn it upside down for servicing. Got some instructions, a silicone blade, remote control. This looks like the water tank. So we have a mopping function, spare mop, spare filters, the robot itself. Nice to see they're putting the instructions on, because I have had people say, well, I didn't know where the on-off switch was. So there's the on-off switch for it. Why they're saying left and right brush, I don't think it's particularly important. They always are identical, the left and rights. I must say, I do like the additional fourth little brush, so that it keeps the dirt out of the actual mechanism when it's turning. That's a nice additional feature. Batteries for the remote, cleaning tool, spare brushes, charging dock with IR sensors so it knows where to find it, and a storage compartment to put your remote. And of course the mains power supply. This is why I always recommend keeping the insert. It allows you to turn it upside down, so you can then clean in between everything when servicing it. So I've got a spare roller, this is our dry vacuum compartment. So we've got again the two filters and a separate HEPA filter, very fine mesh. It's a bit more difficult to get out than it is normally for them, but that's just going to take some getting used to. Okay, push down on either side. It's a different way of opening it. Normally they open from the back. This one has a front panel opening. Airtight seal, so the dust hopefully won't escape from there. Take out your little side protectors so the bumper doesn't get stuck in. That is an incredible, horrible sticky label. That does not need to be as well stuck down as that one is. It is glass, so I can get some decent solvents on to clean that off. Bit of a shame. Got our front wheel IR sensor for drop detection. Got 3 of those. Just take enough lead out than you actually need, no point having copious amounts going around the place. I have found this one's got some rubber feet that might, I don't think it's going to stop it from moving around when the vacuum's going over it. I've had to find putting some sticky pad down, like carpet grab tape or something like that, where it just gives a bit more stick to a hardwood laminate floor. If you're on carpet, I'm sure that's going to be absolutely fine, but I've found that our ones have slid around the floor sometimes when the robot's been trying to dock and does get lost, which can be amusing to watch it try and chase its way home. With the water tank, we've got the filling point at the top just under there, and a little gauge showing you how much water you filled up. Obviously don't overfill it, otherwise you could get it into the electrics, that won't be good. Also a little warning about always take the water tank out when charging. That's a very sensible piece of advice. Not only because you're just leaving water under the electrics, you're leaving water to stagnate in there, but also with capillary action it could soak through from the mop pad onto the laminate flooring, and it could cause the laminate flooring to delaminate as well. So always remove the water tank if you've got that option. First thing you need to do is take the plug it in and turn it on. You have a green indicator showing that there's power to the base unit. Find our switch gain, which is just at the bottom over here. Flick it to position 1, which means on, and place it on the contacts. And we can see the charging light is now lit up, flashing green. Once that's charged, I'm sure it's going to go to a stable colour. We'll leave that for a few minutes whilst we set up the remote control. It does come with the AAA batteries that's required for the remote, which is always nice. Saves you hunting around for them after you get it. It's a very standard key layout for the remote. Open the back with a little pinch tab. One up, one down. And we can now see that the timer's come on, so we've got to set the clock. To set the time, we push and hold the time button, and we'll need to set it to the correct time. And go across. And press play to set it. The other buttons are automatic cleaning, automatic recharge button, forwards, backwards, left and right. Then obviously that's your clock set. Schedule button, so you can schedule when to clean. You've then got spot cleaning, edge cleaning, small room cleaning, and intensive cleaning. If you press the auto button, she'll just start going, and press the home button. Immediately finds her way back. You can use the remote just to set directions. Obviously the battery's very low, they haven't given it enough time to charge up, unfortunately. You found it go automatically straight home. We'll let that charge a little bit more, and then we'll come back and do a bit more testing. We can see that it's fully charged now, as the green flashing light has now turned to a solid green, and we can have a look at how the cleaning functions operate. If you press the auto button on the remote, it will just start off and go on its merry way. I'll stop it there. Always remember to make sure your floor is completely tidy. Don't leave the cables out around like that, because the brushes will suck up the cables and pull them in and pull things off countertops and pull things off tables. It'll get caught up, so make sure the floor is clear first. I'll use the arrow buttons to direct it to the centre of the room. And then if you try spot cleaning, you'll see it literally goes down in very small circles which slowly get bigger. So if you've got a spilled a packet of cereal or something just in one spot, you don't have to clean the whole room, you can just concentrate on that one area. I'll stop it there. If I drive it to an edge, and we now can do edge cleaning. Stop it there and bring it back. It will go around your whole room like that. Release the direction forward button and it will stop, and then if you press the home button, he'll make his way home. Here we'll do a quick demonstration of the edge and drop detection of the vacuum cleaner for the stairs. Also, when you're on carpet, make sure you don't have the water tank in. It's not designed to wash a carpet, it's just designed to mop hardwood, laminate or tiled flooring or lino flooring. So make sure you just got the dirt tank, not the water tank. So we'll just start it off on auto and see how she goes. Easier straight away, turns around and goes on. Let's pull her back with the directional arrows. Protects the edge every time, in all directions. You can't even force it off. Not that I'd recommend doing that. In the instructions they say you're going to block off things like the stairway, but I feel confident and trusting with the drop detection. Also, very sensitive bump on this one, that seems very good. Normally sometimes I've seen some of the other ones hit the doors and walls with quite a force. That one's a nice soft touch, that's much better than some of the other ones. To remove the bin and swap over for the water tank, it's just push down there and pull out, and then we can empty it into a bin by pushing down there and cleaning out the inside dirt. We haven't got too much because we just did a quick test. Push it shut, and again, clean out your filters. You open up from here, take the filters out and give them a brush off into the bin. And once you've filled the water tank, you just push it in, connect it, hold down the top to make sure it doesn't come out, give it a gentle tug to make sure it's connected, and then you can start it going using any of the normal modes. Again, you'd probably just leave it on automatic. But we'll show, fill it up quickly and have a look at the mopping of it. To fill the water tank, we need to first of all just pull that off. Make sure you've already got the pad stuck down and use little tags to hold it on. Because we've got, we use kitchen floor, we're going to just put some anti-bac in the tank. Just a very small amount, you don't need much at all. And also, because we've got laminate flooring, again we could just add some laminate floor cleaner to it as well. Again, just a small amount, but for our test in the kitchen floor and the tiles, we're not going to worry about that. And then you have a level guide along here. Then overfill it. The maximum is 300 ml, but we're just going to put a small amount in just for a quick test. Then put it shut. Make sure you haven't got any water spilt anywhere. If you have, just give it a quick dry. And then you've got, you can see your water level just up there. You've got a point where dust can be caught and put in there when it's hoovering. But I have a feeling it actually shuts it off. If it doesn't, cleaning that out would be a bit more difficult, as there's no obvious way of getting into that tank. But we'll put that back in the robot and start it going around. Okay, we're going to just insert the water tank now. Push down the button, hold the centre of the robot, place it in, slight tug, and you've got your go home button at the top and your power button or start stop button just underneath. So I'll just press that and it will start it in automatic mode and we can leave it going. You can see a trail of water coming from the mop pad. I thought I'll quickly show it on the hardwood floor, and you can easily see on the wood floor where the moisture has been put down by the mop, much clearer than on the tile. So you can see that working very, very well, and it is doing an absolute excellent job. Nice and quiet, you can hardly tell it's going around the house. And again, the Coredy mop has a nice low profile, and so you can see it can actually get underneath radiator grills as well. Now the more expensive ones such as the Dyson certainly can't do that, it's far too high. Now I'd like to try this with our stalls because we found that some cleaners get stuck on there, so I'm going to deliberately try and get it stuck now up there. Certainly made it off that time. Let's try it more in between the two. It's handling that actually quite well. That's definitely handling it much better than the Robotronic one, which always gets stuck on those stalls. So that's a much better detection system that it's got controlling that there. I just want to quickly show the difference between the water and dry bin for the Coredy and the Robotronic one, and the way they work differently. The Robotronic one is a combination. So you just have the one bin, but that's your dry bin, and then your wet water tank, you just fill in there, pop it in, lock it down, insert in the same way, and you're good to go. And for cleaning, you've got your mop, which I've taken off there, and it's the same sticky pad system, so that's fine, works very well. But for emptying the bin, you've got a little catch on the side that you pull up, open it up, you've got direct access to the entire bin compartment, and you can then sweep out any of the dirt and get it cleaned straight away, nice and quickly. You can also open the filter section from the inside and take out both the filters. So again, that's nice and simple, and you've got good access to it for an easy clean. Push it back together, clip it down, pop it in, lock it, and then put it in the robot, and you're done with that. But with these ones, they work slightly differently. For the dry bin, you push in there, and you open it up, and you've got only a small opening to get to. You could of course take the filters out. There's your two filters and your HEPA filter. Which is a bit more of a struggle to get out, but that might just be because it's new. And then you can clean your HEPA filter. And then you can clean your normal filters, but you do get replacement ones of those, so you can just chuck those. But now cleaning this, you've got two openings. So one assumes they're intending you to do it like so. Which is doable, but you've got less control of where it's going. So I'm not too keen on this system. That's a lot harder to get to, but it works. Yeah, putting it back together is nice and easy though, there's no problem with that. And normally these should be separate, so you'd lay that one down first, make sure it's square in there. Again, make sure this one fits neatly inside the first filter before you lock it down to create the seal. If you get it out of the line, You can crush it, so make sure that's nice and square. And again, you then just push it in and set it home when you finish with that. But the water tank module is more complicated. Okay, you've got your mop. They've given these little tags or ties to hold it in, which is fine. The Velcro works well enough, so it doesn't really need them, but they're there. To put that back on, just line it up at the bottom, place it down, give it a little push, and then hook these back on. Neaten up if you need to. So that's that. You can rinse these, so that's not a problem. But now how do I get into the waste bin? There is obviously the entrance hole, but if I take this off, I don't think there's anything underneath to give me easy access to it. No, I can't get it to the bottom, can't get it from that or the top. The only way you can clean the inside of this is through this hole. Now, you've got a catch point up here, so if you turn it directly upside down and let it come forwards, you're going to catch on this. And there's a big catch point here, so you can't tip it forwards either. Getting the brush in, you've got incredibly limited space to clean it that way. Your only hope is to do it, well, I haven't got much dirt in here, but even this is a struggle to get out. I would say that this is the letdown point on this. And here, there's no filtration system either. So although this will hoover, I don't think that will work anywhere near as well as the dry tank for hoovering. So you can't really mop and hoover at the same time. So you kind of want to make your choice. But that's just a struggle. Maybe if it's very full and it's all matted together and it pulls out, that might work. But compared to the other tanks, where you literally can just open the whole tank and clean it straight away, it's just so much easier just to tip it up and bang it out. Done, you know, it's simple. The bump detection is definitely better. The drop detection is excellent on the Coredy. It's a very good cleaner. Apart from the bins, I think let it down a little bit. We've had a look at the whole process and all the functions and how it works, and it certainly does work very well. It's nice and quiet, it's nice and quick, easy and convenient to use. It doesn't have smart home features, so it won't connect with Alexa or Google Home, but you don't really need those. They're nice to have, but you can just either press the button on the top here to get it going in auto mode, or you can use the remote and again just press auto. That's the one I'd normally use, and just leave it going whilst you're out. One thing to remember, that if you do have motion sensor alarm in your home, it will trigger off the motion sensors. So you'll need to think about when you'll leave it running. Either you might put it in at night if you've got the motion sensor alarm. It's up to you if you don't turn your alarm on when you go out and leave it during the day. I wouldn't personally recommend leaving your house unalarmed if you've got one, but that's just, if you've got the door sensors, then that's fine, because you can just say, okay, look, we'll just leave it with door and window sensors and not have the motion part of the alarm running. So it's different ways of having to do things. Again, always make sure the floor is clean and tidy. Pick up any children's toys, dog toys, any sort of cables. Don't leave tablets or anything, or phones on the floor, because it will just go over those. It can't detect very small objects like that, but it does work very well. You've seen the drop detection, how it senses where the stair is, and as it approaches the edge of the stair, it won't just carry on and fall off. It will just go over a little bit, stop, pull back, turn around, brilliant. The mop feature worked very nice and well, gave a nice smooth surface of water on it. Very good product. If you want to get one for yourself, link for it is down in the description below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It all helps with the channel promotion and allows other people to find it easily. Thanks for now, take care, all the best, bye bye.